Howdy folks, welcome back to the Jolly Old Man Shed down in Jerkwater, Hertfordshire. Hello world, can you all hear me okay? Let's just take a look and see what the microphone is doing. Sort of well down at the moment. Let's pop it up there, that should be a little better. How's that? Can everybody hear me okay? Just give me a little whisper there in the chat if you can hear me okay. Yeah, right. Come on, guys. I'm waiting for an affirmative. Well, I hope I'm live, and sounds good. Excellent. Thank you, Tom. Aha. Hello, Mick. Nice to see you. Anthony Dodge, you can be heard. You heard it here. Yes. Sorry, I've still got yellow fingers through handling Jetex fuel today, which is the trouble is that what they do is they put a coating on the fuel, so you have to scrape it off. It's shellac, so you scrape it off, and it tends to make your fingers a little yellow. So never mind. So yes, I have been flying today out on the flying field at Old Walden in Bedfordshire. Schuylkill River Valley. I can never say that. Sorry, John. Good evening to you. Nice to see you. And to Anthony, Valleys 56XX is Chris. Hello, Chris. Mick, I hope the bar is open. Thank you very much for that. And Dino, of course, Dino. So it's great to see everybody. I did see Connie in earlier, and this is probably running, unfortunately, concurrently with her live stream, which, sorry about that, Connie. But it's great to see you pop into the chat, and I'll be catching up with you a bit later, no doubt. Andy Dobson. Hi, Andy. Good to see you, man. I did spot Martin O'Keefe in. I'm pretty sure I did. It sure is, Andy. Oh, yeah, sorry. There's the wristband. Yes. Model Air at Old Walden. So you have to have one of these if you go on the flying field. Hello, Mav. Nice to see you. And Jean Ricard, this is a surprise, yes. And Simon of Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase. Good evening, indeed. It's great to see everybody in. Yes, I've been model flying all day, long sleeve shirts and collar up, and it was damn hot. 28 degrees, hardly a whisper of wind, which is great for model flying. Yes, I was a blooming hot pilot today. I really was. I had room in the motorbike for one model, which went under the seat, and it survived the journey. It didn't all go back to kit form, so it wasn't all stick and tissue. I extracted that. I had a little motor and fuel supply. Went out, did 2 flights, and I broke the leading edge of the wing on somebody's kit box. So, but I enjoyed everybody else, whatever they were flying, whether it's free flight or radio assist. It was just a great day, and it's nice to chew the fat with friends that some of which I haven't seen since before the pandemic. It was a long time. So yes, lots of reacquaintance and things like that. Anyway, what am I running today? So I didn't wing it then. Boom, boom. No, I didn't get any sunburn. I had a hat on, sunglasses, all the rest of it. Hot dog became sad dog. Yeah, I did a bit. But these things happen. You can't step into the arena without getting a bloody nose sometimes. You've got to be prepared to lose them. You've got to be prepared to break them. And just occasionally you get the odd really good flight. And there it is. I was a bit unlucky today, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid. Anyway, today I managed to get some running gear on the track last night. So I've got the Derby Lightweight in British Railways green behind me with the funny whiskers on the front. That you can probably hear that because it's got a little bit of motor noise. I'm a bit surprised at Bachmann for that one, but it is what it is. On to the outer track, we have a Class 31. In the early days, it was called a Brush Type 2 in Network Rail livery, as a little tribute to my son there, who works for Network Rail. So there it is, and it's pulling various Mark 1s, various Mark 1 baggage type coaches, and even got the DVT on the back, the driving van trailer, which is made by Hornby, but originally it was sanctioned by Kernow Model Rail Centre. And I think when they did it, they had the specification was better than Hornby did on their own. What chassis is behind you? I was wondering who was going to ask me that. That is the chassis, that way, that one. That's the chassis of a Duke of Gloucester. It was one of those things where it popped up on eBay, and it was a complete chassis, the motor, everything that you see there, a complete running chassis. And it was, I wouldn't say it was dirt cheap, but I considered it a bargain. It was something like £40, something like that. And I'll have that. So I got it, and it was at a point where Hornby were having trouble with their Duke of Gloucesters. The motors were sort of burning out or running fast and slow. I'd like to say hello to Hot Mick Pilot 92. Well, you can do that, Closet Branch, and good evening to you. So, yes, Addy, I grabbed the chassis while it was still on the go, while it was still in production. And I'm glad I did. The reason it's on the layout is I was just doing some tests on it to make sure it's still kosher. It is, but it got lost in the boxes. So it was in one of the boxes underneath the layout, and I just happened to open this box thinking, what's in this? There was the chassis that was that I got a lot of years ago, and I thought, oh, I'll run it. It's still perfect, great. So we should be able to keep our Duke of Gloucester running for as long as we like. So I just did it as a little insurance policy. Daz Faulkner, hello Daz, nice to see you. I hope everything's settling down for you. I know you've had a bit of a torrid time of it recently. Difficult to find time in the day to do everything we want. And Artie, hello Artie. What time do you call this? Indeed, matey. I was doing some model flying today, still got the silly wristband on. And when I got to the guy who was handing out the wristbands, he said, oh, haven't you got the one from yesterday? And I said to him, are you saying I don't wash? So, yeah, as you can understand, I tore it off yesterday. The trouble is, on 2 consecutive days, sometimes they change the colour of the wristband so you can't just bunk in from the day before. So there you have it. That's the story behind that one. And yes, so we'll run the DC stuff for a while. And on the behind that shoulder, you'll be able to see in the background. Hello, Plumber 33. It's great to see you, Stephen. The that way, that is Southern Pacific Daylight. So there will be some Southern Pacific Daylight and some New York Central. I have the 20th Century Limited sitting right behind the computer. So we'll be running that in a little while. In the meantime, I'll get you down on the track so you can see some of the action. For those that have just come in, I'm running a Derby Lightweight, which is a diesel multiple unit It's a bit like a rail bus, really. And on the other track, Network Rail Class 31, which loads of guys in the UK would know about. Hi everyone, thank you for everyone's support. Had a bad day, it was hoping nobody watched. Yeah, I know, but you did the right thing. Put it out there, and there's always somebody that will stick an arm around your shoulder. Hang on, I'm at the trucking. Put my teeth in for that one. At the Trucking Tractor Museum in Richmond, Virginia. Last day of running before we clean up. I see. Okay, well, good luck with that, Stephen. And it's great to see you in the chat. I don't usually wear, the full shirt, but being a long sleeve and the hot weather, it was damn sunny today. You're welcome, Das. Chin up, mate. You can take the blows and, just take it in your stride. There's another day tomorrow and another great horizon to head towards. Lashenda West, that is Wesley Jordan. And good afternoon to you in the US of A. And Mystic Railroad, it's Big John. Hello, John. Great to see you. March West Junction, Andy. Well, that's quite a crew. So it's great to see everyone. And I'm going to get you down onto the track so you can enjoy a bit more of the hardware. And on top of that, I'm very pleased to see everybody. I know it's a Sunday night. Because of the model flying all day long, I did speak to Dwight Curley in the chat last night, and he said his back was playing him up. So he said, I said, can I do your slot then? And he said, yeah, be my guest. He said, that'd be okay. So thanks, Dwight. You've got me out of a bit of problem there, because at 8 o'clock, Alan Reynolds at Buckland Junction will be coming on. And it's nice to settle down with a beer and watch what Alan gets up to. So I'd like to say hello to Burning Ho Artie. Always cool living in hot 33 days. Yeah, I'd say Artie was a cool dude. Artie's up against it at the moment, so you may well not see him in as many live streams, but Artie would love to be there, but he's got a lot on his plate at the moment, so I'm sure you'll understand if you don't see Artie. Good evening, Brian. Super Brian. Nice to see you, man. Always great to have Brian in. A stalwart of the model railway industry, because Brian does have a shop. If you want to pop that into the stream, Brian, the pointer towards your shop, it's a good spot for reasonably priced British locomotives, and probably some other stuff which comes under his nose as well. So it's always worth keeping an eye on Brian's shop. Anyway, I'm going to get you down onto the track and we can have a look at the spoils. Right, here we go. Sorry about the vomit can. Right, there we go. Okay. Now, how's that for a view? Next thing you should see is the Derby Lightweight, which is a diesel rail car, a 2-unit diesel rail car. Oh, photo bombed. Sorry about that. But as you can see, it's got these funky yellow stripes, which they call speed whiskers. I know there's nothing really speedy about these kind of diesel multiple units. They could probably get up to 60, 70 miles an hour at a pinch, but I've never seen one of them go that fast. But they were ubiquitous on the British scene at once upon a time. You don't get to see many of those except in restoration railways. Well, I've sort of been enjoying the sunshine and playing trains as well. So I've managed a double feature today. In that one of my passions is model flying, stick and tissue, lightweight stuff. And on a day like today, yeah, it's great to be on the flying field with some friends and chew the fat and fly some aeroplanes. But I'm very fortunate in that I got Dwight Curley's slot tonight. Thanks, Dwight. And I can absorb myself in both passions. Oh, we've got Jake in the chat. Hello, Jake. Nice to see you. Looks like Artie's doing a runner. Peace and journal grease, Artie. Sorry, I've nicked that one from Stephen. Such a cool phrase. Well done, Stephen. There's one from Dino there. Andy, have you heard from Mark at Hemel Junction? No, I'm afraid I haven't. Not for about 2 weeks now, Dino. Yeah, the 108s did have a different look, Simon. Yeah, you're quite right. The Derby lightweights, they have all this glass at the front, which I think is why it caught my eye. I mean, I'm not a great favourite of diesel multiple units. They tended to all look like one another. But this particular one, because it's got the glass at the front, I thought it was particularly unusual. Now, what does Brian say? Not long back, got back from Telford Steam Railway Expedition. Was not very well attended. Well, you know, Brian, today was a perfect flying day on a model field. And it was really sparse. I don't know if the modelers are just dying off and it's a dying art, but there really wasn't that many people today. It used to be like a beach where you just had 3 square feet of room around you and you had to try and fly in this madness. But it was better in relation to flying model aeroplanes amongst people. But the body count was definitely down today. I see Floyd Robbins in there. Well, Floyd, this is a diesel rail car known as, what do we call it? It's gone completely out of my head what it's called. It's called a Derby Lightweight. That's what it's called, a Derby Lightweight. Now, these things were terribly difficult to refurbish because they were full of asbestos. But some people have actually managed it. And we've got Dwight Curley in. Hello, Dwight. Thank you for your spot, matey. I'm really most appreciative, Dwight. It was just one of those situations where, in order to do some model flying, I had to go late. But thanks for your spot. There goes the Class 31 with a network rail train and a driving van trailer on the back. Well, Dwight, if you're in more pain than you were yesterday, I think you made a pretty good call. So it's my pleasure to be able to keep your spot for you. And it's very generous of you to allow me to use it. Yeah, Mav, it's not a Wickham. No, it's definitely not. It's definitely a Derby Lightweight. 2-car Derby Lightweight. If I turn the power up a bit, you'd actually see the lights better inside it. But, of course, back in the 50s, literally every diesel multiple unit looked like that. And it had the speed whiskers on it. So Class 117, Class 110, Class 108. They all look very similar. Brian has put in the chat that the train set shop was updated yesterday. So if you have a look at HTTPS, the train set shop at wixsite.com, that's Brian's shop. Very reasonably priced. And of course, Brian does his own maintenance on the locos. And I think I can speak for Brian. He does a pretty damn good job. President's XD Locomotive Shed. Nice to see you. A Class 31 with a train of Network Rail Mark 1s and a driving van trailer on the back. This here is the Derby Lightweight in funky 50s green colour with the funny speed whiskers on the back. Selling the houses and the semaphore thing. I think I might have missed something there. Oh, I'm recording my first video in a long time today. That's on YouTube now. I managed to do a few bits on the layout. Whey! Well, good on you, Tim. It's always good to have your finger in the pie, matey. I did figure on having some semaphore signals, working semaphore signals over there. But it's a bit of a difficult. I think I'd have to literally have it on a gantry over there. And to tell you the truth, I think it would be better off in colour light signalling rather than semaphores, because then you've got, particularly in the UK, you've got to decide which way you can have your semaphores, because on LMS and most of the country they all go up, and on the Great Western Railway they go down. So you'd have to make that decision. Oh, I see, Tim. Yeah, right. I'm with you now. Right. For our American brethren, I'm going to bring in what we're running at the moment, and then we'll run some DCC and maybe get a few sounds going. So if I pop that one over like that, the Derby Lightweight will then go back to its siding on the other side of the layout. Derby Lightweight didn't enter tops. Well, these are E's. They probably didn't, but these are definitely Eastern region. Right, let's just get on the controller. And we've made it back to the siding. And we're there. Right, isolate that. Next trip around, I'll bring that into the siding over here at the station. Here we go. Allow me just to get on the controller. Oh, the LMS had lower quadrants. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because I know LMS used to furnish a lot of the stock on the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. Right, so that's just trickling into its position. And then we will go DCC. Perfect. Right. Let's, I'll leave that open. Isolate that. Then we'll go on to DCC. I will then open this one. grab my NCE power cab. I need to adjust the points. Let's, I think it's 3. Right, let's just get some sounds going. Reverse. All right, Trainman 1, hello, nice to see you. Let's just get this one out on the main line. Slowly. It's going across a triple point there, and that's quite an awkward one. Right. Forwards direction. Close the point. Are we ready? Here we go. Let's have some lights and some more lights. How about a flashing Mars light? Ah, Leslie's got a daylight GS4. Nice model. That one's a bit of a wobbler. Remember, you're a wobbler. Right, let's just go around the block with this. Now, I'll get it to a level where we can actually hear ourselves think. That's a bit more like it. Oh, yeah. Right, and on t'other track will be the Dreyfus Hudson. So we'll have that one open again. We'll alter some points over here. We need 1, 2, 3 open. There we go. And reverse. So far, so good. Ah, we've got Hi in. Hello, Hi. Nice to see you. And Mark from Donegal Dad Model Rail. Well, hey, nice to see you. All right, what's going on? Hold on. Something went wrong. Uh-oh. The Dreyfus Hudson has decided to derail itself. Right, give me a few minutes and I will happily get her back on the track. Right, let's try that. Oh dear, we're having a bit of a nightmare tonight. Right, here we go, at last. Right, 3. Let's just stop that a minute and go 3. That's better. Headlight. She's coming your way. Well, you know, Anthony, these things happen. With the best planning, but once she's out on the main, she should be fine. That's better. Right. Forwards. We're away. Oh, yeah. Right. Normal service is resumed. Woohoo! And your trains are cooler than the other side of the pillow. Thanks, John. Well, so far, so good. Right, all lights on the hazard. Right, what's the question? The question, Floyd, is what's the GS4? The GS4 is an MTH. And spookily enough, the Draper's Hudson is an MTH as well. They are quite sought after now because I think the molds have been taken over by scale trains, but they haven't done very much with them yet. Oh, that long lonesome whistle. And we've got SJ in. Howdy, SJ. I hope you're well. I hope that's not too noisy for you. SJ Dusty. Yes, indeed. Well, SJ, if you can't relax on a Sunday, when can you relax? Yeah, SJ, I'm doing Dwight Curley's spot because Dwight's hurt his back. And he very kindly loaned me his spot for a week. Yes, I don't know the reason why at the moment, but the smoke generator on the GS4 has malfunctioned. It's producing smoke, but there is no fan drive. So I think probably the impeller on the fan drive is probably stuck. So I'll have to get inside and free that hopefully between now and next week. They are both, I think both of these are completely die cast. So they're very heavy units, but they use quality motors, Japanese Canon motors in there, 5-pole skew wound. They're pretty good motors. Yeah, the Broadway Limited and Athearn versions, they're very, very good. It's just that the smoke on the Broadway one isn't really up to the same standard as NTH managed to get to. Yeah, they were pretty nifty models in their day. Well, the point of the driven fans was so you could get a synchronized chuff with the DCC. So as it sounded, the chuff sounded, you get a whack of smoke come out of it as well. And the MTH versions were particularly good. They used quite a bit of power, but very, very good models. And although their sound system wasn't the best, it was up there. It's good enough for our taste. I was a little surprised to find out that the latest vape units that Hornby have been messing around with, they had no fan unit. It's literally off and on, and they produce the smoke or the vapor instantly, which is incredible from a little tiny piezo disc. I mean, it's good, but the smoke tends to come straight out and then billow straight down because the vapor is heavier than air. Yeah, you're right, Ivo. The ESU do use the fan driven, which is really very good. I've got one of their smoke units which I shoehorned into a Hornby, and that's very, very good, and it's consistent as well. Thank you very much for Closet Branch. That's very kind of you to say so. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll bring it around, and I will find some suitable smoke, and you can judge it for yourself. Right. Let's find the right. We're going to need that, and let's find some smoky fluid. Here we go. This should do it. Proto smoke. Right, let's just empty that out because we don't want a lot of spillage all over the place. Right, just pop that on there. I will use a syringe for this. There we go, that should do it. Straight down the hole. And a little bit more. Not too much, but right, let's turn on the smoke unit. You may have just heard the fan unit burst into life there. In a few seconds, that should start to produce smoke, which it has. I'm not sure if you can see that on there, but as I move it, right, here we go, all aboard. We've got the highball. There you go. Let's give that a quick blow. Oh, you know what I realised I've just done? I just put diesel smell in it, but it doesn't matter. Right, let's get some speed going. Right, let me just drag you to the other side, and you should see that a little better. There we go. How's that? Yes, Closet Branch, it's got a diesel smell to it, strangely enough. But there you go. Let's see if I can move you a little closer to the action next time. That may well do the trick. Here comes the GS4. And now it's really starting to churn out the smoke. Okay, Leslie, thanks for dropping by. Always appreciated. Keep churning out those videos, man. They're absolutely invaluable. And here she comes. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Dreyfus Hudson. Well, thank you very much, the Closet Branch. It's nice to be appreciated. I know everybody does, but it's always great to have a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Oh, there's a moth in here. Don't kill it. That's the air conditioning. Yeah, £5.60. Not cheap. Thanks, Eric. I really appreciate that. I've tried to look after them as best I can because the old MTH models are getting pretty scarce these days and the price has just gone up and up and up. But here comes the Dreyfus, and when I saw smoke like this, it was worth the money. That's just a dream come true for me. Thanks for popping in, John. Always a pleasure to have your company, and I'll catch you in the streams. Thanks, John. Oh, cheers, Charlie. I didn't spot you in the chat, but welcome in. Great to see you. I hope everything in Canada is cooling down now a bit. Well, Mark, I think Lisa's got very good taste. And as you can see, 5 millilitres seems to go quite a long way. I'll just slow her down a bit. And as you can see, the chuff slowed down with it. And as you can see, the smoke goes upwards and not straight back downwards. Okay, thanks for popping in. Hi. Give our love to Ollie and your lovely wife, and we'll see you when you come back online, whenever that may be. Hope you're well, and look after everybody, and I'll catch up with you soon. Tim, I wish I could bellow out some black smoke, but it doesn't seem to be chemically possible, unfortunately. We have Alan Reynolds at Buckland Junction. I'll be stopping at about 7:55 our time, Alan, so it gives everybody a time to run to the toilet and relieve themselves before your illustrious live stream comes online. I do think that smoke is outstanding. What a model. Well, Floyd, your wife has got very good taste. I know the bullet shape. You can't help be attracted by it, and it's such an iconic shape that the Art Deco movement certainly did have its merits. Very kind of you, the Closet Branch. Very kind. A little bit of loft. Uh-oh, looks like Charlie's had visitors. I'm sure you'll be back on top of it in no time, Charlie. I think, as you can see, 2 little squirts from the hypodermic syringe gives you quite a good, satisfying smoke journey for very little outlay. All good. All right, let's pop that one. Right, let's bring it to a stop. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Right, let's grab the jolly camera. Oh, I am back. Ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed that little outing into the wondrous world of railways. I'm going to bring the stream to a close now. I'm really appreciative of everybody coming in and making it what it is. Thanks, Dino. It's now 5 to 8. Alan will be coming on in approximately 5 minutes, and I'll give you enough time to grab a cup of tea. And thanks everybody for coming in. As I say, I really appreciate it. I'd like to give you peace and journal grease, and I'd also like to say Auf Wiedersehen, cheers, and happy trains. Take care, everybody. I'll see you soon.